Welcome back, everybody, to the Poker Model Hand Breakdown. I want to show you just a quick one today on the topic of all-in ranges pre-flop. So you got to think about it this way. Each stack means something. You're never going to say that, this person has exactly this hand pre-flop, because they'll make the exact same play with different hands depending on stack size. Even in a play where I'm sitting in the same seat with the same amount of chips with the exact same action, I would do the same move or make the same all-in with a range of hands. So that's why we can get unlucky in poker, because we can know that I'm beating 90% of my opponent's range, but still every once in a while they're going to have that one hand that is beating you. So I think today's example shows that in a good way. So you can see here that the blinds are 150, 300. I'm holding pocket nines in the big blind, and I have 20 big blinds behind me. So remember, with 20 big blinds, we qualify that as a short stack, and our goal is really to be all in or folding the hand. We don't want to be losing chips and then folding without really knowing if we had the best hand or not. The action folds to the button, who raises to 600, and it's back on me. Now, pretty much every professional poker player will tell you that this is a pretty standard play. It's a pretty standard all-in. So that's what I'm going to do. And the reason that this is a standard all-in is because I can expect the button to be raising with a wide variety of hands. Suited connectors like 6-7 suited, ace high like ace 4, king queen. Some players will really just do it with any two cards. As you can see, the button has a pretty big stack here, and he kind of has the flexibility just to try to steal the blinds. So when I move all in with pocket nines, I'm very confident that, I could be beating a lot of those hands that he would call me with. Now, there are a group of hands, aces, kings, queens, jacks, and tens, that are all dominating my nines. Those would be 80% for me to lose those hands and 20% for me to win those hands. But literally any other hand will be at least a race. So, king, queen, and any two overs of nines is going to be 50-50. And then any other two cards that aren't one of those bigger pocket pairs that I just mentioned is a hand that I'm going to be 70% to win, 80% to win, whatever. So I'm pretty confident moving all in here, especially, with the table position the way it is and the stack size of the original raiser, that my nines should be good. Obviously he's going to fold if he has a really bad hand. He's not just going to call and then I'll win the blinds. But I want to show you here that he does make the call, and he actually does have pocket tens. And, I'm dominated. So I don't necessarily need to run the hand out. I'm about 20% to win this hand, which is definitely not where I want to be. But, this is one of those situations where you don't question, hey, should I have made this move with pocket nines? Or, maybe pocket pairs aren't any good when I'm in the big blind. It doesn't come down to that. It comes down to my stack size, the table position, and all of that. I think it's pretty easy for players to say, I was all in with pocket aces and I lost. That was really unlucky. I think, most poker players would agree that that was the case. But know that this is a very kind of a similar way of getting unlucky. I was all in with pocket nines from a standard button raise, and he happened to have pocket tens, and then the cards ran out and I lost. That is a very similar statement to I got unlucky with pocket aces pre-flop. It's just a different way to say it. There are many other hands that I'd be dominating. He happened to have the pocket tens. So that's really the point I'm trying to drive home today. So, this comes back to discipline, understanding hand ranges, also understanding that you can make the right play and still get dominated. Now, many times you'll be dominated like this, and then the cards will run out and you'll actually win. So sure, that was getting lucky as the cards came out, but you didn't get lucky that your opponent had the actual hand that was dominating you. So, take this in stride. The idea is that if you're all in and you're winning, it was probably a good all in. If you're all in and you lose by slightly, like if you're kind of like this hand where, you have nines and he has tens, it's probably still a good all in as well. So thanks a lot for checking us out today. We'll see you on the next one. As always, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Poker Model Hand Breakdown. For more training tools and Texas Hold'em advice, subscribe to our YouTube channel or pay us a visit at thepokermodel.com to see our weekly articles, bi-weekly podcasts, and other episodes of the Poker Model Hand Breakdown. Until next time.